How do you infinitely farm pranksters or any other goblins in Diablo 4? Or any other specific nightmare dungeon sigil you personally want to farm? What I am talking about is the fact that in Season 13, after the Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred expansion, the game has more broken mechanics than working ones. I stayed quiet about it during the first couple of weeks of the season, but the developers are still not fixing anything, and the hype train is already leaving the station. There are two methods for farming goblins, and I will explain each one separately. Today we're talking about relatively harmless ways to infinitely farm goblins from treasure breaches, mythic pranksters, or any other type of nightmare dungeon in the game. There are two methods for this, and both work independently from each other. The first method is the more widely known one. It is extremely simple and does not require any resources from you. As usual, you build a route in the war plan system. It does not matter what route you choose or what activities are inside it, although ideally it should contain several nightmare dungeons. Just create the route and start playing. When entering a dungeon, clear it normally. Based on the dungeon itself, you can usually figure out what modifier it has, or you can skip guessing entirely and open the map. The upper left corner will always show the dungeon bonus and penalty. The dungeon can be absolutely anything, useless or valuable, including bonuses for gems, gold, goblins, and so on. No matter what the modifier is, you can run that dungeon infinitely. The only condition is that you must not finish it completely. If you like the dungeon modifier, do not kill the boss. Reach the end, teleport back to town, then leave to the main menu. After logging back into the game, open the map and teleport back into the nightmare dungeon. It will still be the exact same dungeon because you didn't finish. You can repeat this specific level as many times as you want. Method 2 also works at the time this video was recorded. For this version, you need the specific sigil you want to farm. Again, it does not matter what kind of sigil it is. It can be a gold sigil, treasure breach, mythic prankster. The setup here is slightly different. You need to build your warplan route so that a horde activity comes after the nightmare dungeon. This may not appear immediately, so you can use the route reset option until you get it. Next, fully complete the required nightmare dungeon inside the warplan route. Finish the dungeon and kill the boss. After that, activate the sigil you actually want to farm endlessly. Activate it and clear the dungeon, but just like in the first method, do not complete it. Run through it killing goblins or elite enemies for gold if you are using a gold farming setup, which I already explained in another video in detail but briefly. Again, do not kill the boss. This is the key part. Instead of killing the boss, open the map and press the teleport button. In theory, this should move you into the next activity, Infernal Horde. But because Season 13 is completely broken, the teleport instead sends you back to the beginning of the same dungeon. Sometimes the dungeon instance will stay old and not refresh properly. In that case, the map will already be uncovered. If that happens, repeat the process, open the map and press teleport again until you finally enter a fresh dungeon with a closed map. How many attempts does it take to refresh the dungeon? You can see the run counter on the screen. Each number represents one successful reset. In my case, there were 8 successful runs. The numbers themselves represent how many loading attempts were needed before the ND refreshed. Overall, there were 31 attempts total, and the dungeon refreshed successfully 8 times. So on average, it took about 3.8 attempts to refresh each dungeon. Now for the important part, what not to do. After teleporting to town to salvage loot, do not press your keyboard teleport hotkey a second time. You must return through your existing town portal back into the dungeon. You can teleport directly into a new dungeon from inside the previously completed nightmare dungeon by pressing the teleport button inside the map. You can also teleport to town, salvage your loot, open the map there and press teleport there afterward, but you cannot press the keyboard teleport hotkey twice in a row. If that sounds confusing, here is the simplified version. You can press the teleport button inside this menu as many times as you want, but the keyboard teleport hotkey for going to town can only be pressed once. If you accidentally press it twice, the magic ends and the whole thing breaks. Although whether you can truly break something that is already broken is more of a philosophical question, that is it for infinite goblin farming and infinitely farming any nightmare dungeon modifiers you want. I originally did not want to talk about bugs at the start of the season, but this season is basically built entirely out of them, so even if I am late, I will cover everything anyway. Subscribe, hit like, thanks for watching, see you.